Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there's the Three of Wands. This is very good, a very good omen for some action, right? For some activity, for us putting our will into practice. This is the power to act, okay? This is an impulse, an idea. This is an energy that is in the works. Something's already been started, but you're just ready. You're just about to make that final push. Right? You're just about ready to kind of put your whole plan into action, to really maybe reveal the whole thing, or to really make that big move, right? But something's already been started. The decision has already been made, right? Let's put that into some context. And that's a decision that really resonates with you. It's something that you're absolutely certain about. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you're centered. You're ready to go, okay? That decision is a correct decision for you. Yeah. Let's see what other cards we've got here. Yeah, see, now we're ready to put that into earth, action, ready to manifest this. The decision, like I said, the decision's been made. Things are already in motion, and this is the Prince of Pentacles. This is the builder. Okay, this is you now doing the work to implement this plan, this decision, whatever this was. And we see more creativity. Now, there could be an issue with a sibling here. I'm getting a little bit of a not so much a rivalry, but it's almost like someone's trying to kind of like do better than you. It's like a sibling kind of competition, you know, trying to show each other up or see who can work harder, you know, who can have more success, who can build the biggest thing or life or whatever, you know. There's a little bit of that kind of competition going on with you. And it feels like it might be a sibling, but I guess it could be a coworker too. It's somebody about your age, right? So it's a contemporary. Let's keep going here. We Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Hermit here, right? So in the midst of this kind of rivalry, there is this kind of desire that you have to really just go your own path and have this experience kind of by yourself, right? It's a transformative experience. This is a spiritual experience, right? As much as it is a physical, practical, life-changing kind of process, yeah. Three very strong major arcana energies. Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, and the Death card. Now, the Death card is not a dangerous card. It's not foretelling any kind of disaster in your future, but it is saying that what you're building here is transforming your life day to day, step by step. It is a transformative process for you. Okay, and maybe there is a little bit of letting go in this Death card, and maybe it's letting go of this kind of competition or this kind of rivalry that you have. We've got a 10 of Wands and an Ace of Wands. Wow, a lot of really good fire energy here. We've got the Devil card, of course, that makes sense, and we've got a 4 of Cups. This feels prophetic to me. To be honest, this feels like a prophecy with these major arcana energies. And with this Devil card. Now, the Devil card's in the position of what we don't want. Okay? And this is kind of like being lured back into something else. Okay? With all of this focus, this decision that you've made and this work that you're about to begin, we don't want to be tempted or seduced or lured back to something else that we've chosen to go away from, right? So it could be this kind of sibling rivalry thing. It could be some other sort of competition or some other kind of it's an occupation of your time and energy, but it's not really for a purpose. So it feels like it's just kind of, who can one up the other person, that kind of thing, right? And it might be in a workplace context, and it's not all bad, right? Because if you think about that sort of energy, well, if you're in this kind of head-to-head competition with someone, then you're both striving to do a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. So it is motivating, right? And it is something that is leading to kind of more results. But more doesn't always equal better, especially when you have these aspirations toward kind of consolidating your forces and looking within and really finding the inner connection and the inner meaning here. This is a little too much kind of extroversion, right? When you're looking to go a little bit more into yourself, a little bit more introverted. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and we're just going to set it over here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. Happy little Bob. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, right? But it will tie everything together and give us our confirmation. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right? We'll do it together. We'll make it a group exercise in intuition. All right? Let's take a look around. I'm sensing something with this Wheel of Fortune here. The way you got into this project or this work, maybe this job, this career field, or whatever this activity is that you're going to be really starting, that you've made the decision to start building something. The origin story of this, right, with the Wheel of Fortune, I think that there was something quite strange about how this all came about. It's got a funny story to it, right? Spirit's telling me that there's kind of like I don't know if it's like an inside joke or if it's just something that's kind of, it almost feels a little spooky, right? The way everything kind of fell into place, or the way something came about. There's something strange about it, right? And I feel it's strange in a good way, because I feel like this is really lifting your spirits. I feel like this is the change, this is the turnaround that you really wanted, that you've been kind of waiting for, that you've been needing. And you may have been feeling, this is, again, the Wheel of Fortune. You may have felt that you've kind of been at the bottom of the wheel lately. Where the rubber meets the road, just kind of grinding away and working hard and really not having any kind of reprieve. Well, that wheel's turning around, and I think that you are finding yourself getting a little bit closer to the top now. And that's a really good feeling, right? And so I think that you have been paying attention to Spirit a lot more lately. And that leads us, of course, into that Hermit energy, where it's kind of like you're learning now that this was a really weird thing. However, this activity has come about, there was something very strange about it. And that's given you reason to kind of move within yourself and try to reconnect with that spiritual energy. It's almost like it kind of reminds you. It's almost, it was almost like another wake-up call for you. That strange event or the circumstances around this whole business led you to think, okay, I've got to start paying more attention to Spirit, because it was something that was just really in your face, obvious kind of strangeness, some sort of synchronicity, something glaringly obvious, and you kind of you said, okay, I'm going to start paying attention again. And so I feel like you're kind of moving away from this social kind of not social so much, but this kind of like I said, extroverted, almost competition energy. But these two, they feel like brothers. Okay, they're both princes. One's fire, one's earth, and this could be really talking about a partnership that you've had in business. It could be literally talking about a sibling. It really could be that you've always worked well with someone. That one, you were fire, they were earth, and together you were just able to get things done. Always had this kind of this counterpart, this sidekick that would really just, the two of you together would produce a lot of great things, right? And maybe you're an artist or a musician, or maybe in the business you had a business partner. Maybe it is something to do with your family. Maybe it is a sibling. Okay. I feel like you're moving away from that partnership. Yeah, you're kind of choosing to do the hard work, but do it yourself. It's almost like we're you're trying to have this inner experience with this, and this, the partnership between these two it was productive. It was successful. It's always seemed to work out. But there's going to come a time where you're going to say, okay, now it's time for me to have this experience on my own. And for that, you kind of need to go inward. And so I feel that you're aspiring to this kind of hermit energy. Yeah. And I wonder if the decision that you've made, because we're talking about the Three of Wands, is sometimes the difficult decision, right? And this card really is a very Aries kind of card. It's the sun in Aries. This is you being able to make those difficult decisions, and that difficult decision might be to kind of not rely so much on this person anymore and realize when it's time. Because see, the Death card is here. This is also about releasing something, letting go of something, allowing a situation to evolve and transform and to make progress. If we cling to this relationship here, which it's not romantic, it's definitely not that. It's like it's business something, right? It's an artistic collaboration. It is. I kind of feel like it's become a little bit of a crutch, that we're relying so much on this partnership that now you're just thinking, well, I need to see what I'm capable of, just kind of doing this on my own. Doesn't mean you're going to stop being siblings. Doesn't mean you're going to stop being friends. But it's kind of like in this situation and in this project, this is your solo project. Okay? And so I feel like we're really aspiring to find our inner light, find our own voice. Maybe in life you've been taken too much as a pair, right? There's too much of this, your one unit kind of thing. And you're looking to find your own voice. Yeah. Looking to find your own voice. Spirit's showing me a lot of ants. I don't know why. Is there an ant kind of infestation somewhere? Here comes our cat here, Titi. Spirit's showing me a lot of ants crawling around. I don't know if that is something that's going on in your home right now. I don't know if that has much of a bearing on the reading. Sometimes these details come in kind of as non sequiturs, right? But they're meant for someone, and they are validations and confirmations of the energy that we're in, and they're meant to offer synchronicity to someone out there. Okay, if that's not your message, well, don't worry about it. But I'm seeing a lot of ants coming in, so I don't know if you've been dealing with something like that lately. Okay, and here, Titi wants to come up and say hi. There you go. Okay, anyway, back to the Hermit, right? I feel like the Hermit is... it's really this idea of finding our own voice, right? It's that lamp within us that we're looking for. Yeah. And I think that you are well on your way to finding this voice and finding that light, rediscovering that light. And I think that this strangeness that occurred, I think this is really kind of setting you off in this solo kind of spiritual initiatory journey. Right? And again, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be friends with this person or siblings with this person, but it means that you're looking to find something within you and to really be known for your own accomplishments. Okay? And to really prove, maybe prove to yourself even that you're capable of manifesting this and doing this project, fulfilling this work, whatever it might be, on your own, away from this partnership, right? Because it feels like this has been something that we've been relying on a little bit too much, like this person's kind of underneath the surface here. Now this is, I don't know which one is you, it doesn't really matter. It's the idea that there are two of these energies, and both are necessary. The fire and the earth are necessary. But now, take that away, we're kind of looking to find that fire within ourselves. And so this might even be kind of the taking back of the creative control. I've got to start my timer over again. There we go. I try to keep these readings about 30 minutes, right? But sometimes I forget to hit the stopwatch, and then it can be, 40 minutes before I realize what we're doing. Let's talk about this one. The Prince of Pentacles. This is the builder. This is you kind of showing up every day, committed to the work, doing everything basically yourself. Right? This is, it's fixed earth energy. This is the real commitment. And based on this decision that you've made, this creativity that we've kind of initiated, you're the one that's going to be doing all of this work, right? And this is, to me, this feels like something that you're exploring on your own. Again, we're combining it. All of these cards work together, you know? And I feel like this is us looking to evolve and transform our own expression, our own creativity, right? Finding your own voice and seeing if you can push yourself as a business person, as an artist, as a spiritual being, whatever it is specifically that you're doing. The Death card here is really about transformation. It's about letting go of who we were, stepping through our shadow, right? Shout out to Maynard Keenan. Trying to let go of those things that we've been clinging to, thinking that those were essential parts of us, right? And then realizing that what happens if we let those things go? The things that we really don't want to leave behind, what if, just as a thought experiment, we did leave them behind? It would force us to adapt. It would force us to evolve. We only evolve through challenges, right? Through stepping out of our comfort. Yeah. And I say that intentionally because we do have the card of comfort here with the Four of Cups at the end, really, right? Is this kind of, what's this comfort? It's like all of this is coming up as a wave, and then you've got to make that decision if we're gonna step through that, if we're gonna let go of some of this comfort. I think there's a lot of comfort and security having this partnership, having the two of you to kind of, you motivate each other, and you fill in the gaps where the other person might not have all of the answers. The one thing we don't have here is that air energy, right? We've got major, 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 major. We've got a lot of fire. We've got a touch of water, right? And we've got a little bit of earth, but we don't have any air energy. So I feel like this is something that you haven't yet communicated. You haven't expressed this out into the world yet. It's a decision that I think you've made. The ball is rolling, but we've yet to really make the announcement, right? Issue the press release or whatever it might be. Back to the Death card here. It is the evolution of let's say you're an artist, it feels like a lot of the time artists go in solo directions, let's say, or they start other projects outside of their usual group in order to explore their creativity, in order to see what really they're all about, because we get fixed into this groove and fixed so much into this groove of creation, right? Fire to earth, that's the creative process. Fire to earth, fire to earth. So much that the two of you really start sounding the same, looking the same. You start to become twins. And so it makes it a little bit difficult, I feel like, and what I'm seeing here, it makes it difficult to find out, well, what's my voice and what is just, we've become too inseparable. It's like we're indistinguishable from each other. So it's good to go out on your own and push your own boundaries, see what you're all about, explore that creativity in your own soul, right? Whether you're a traditional artist or maybe you're in business, maybe this is just spiritual work. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter what the arena is, but the idea that you are trying to push your own boundaries and limits, find out what your limits are. Find out what things you have been clinging to and then let them go in order to evolve, right? To grow. I say we go over to the path of the serpent now, and as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost you anything. We start with the 10 of Wands down here in your general energy. I kind of feel as if, in some ways, this partnership that we're talking about, because see, there's kind of two here. The 10 of Wands very much suggests a partnership in this kind of creative process. I think for a long time, it's been the two of you against the world, right? The two of you against the world. I kind of wonder if you're in this place where you feel like you've already squeezed all the juice out of this. That the benefits of this partnership have just kind of naturally been exhausted. Everything that can be kind of gained from this has been gained. It's just like you keep squeezing that orange, but there's no more juice there, And it doesn't mean that it's a dead partnership or that there's any kind of animosity. No, it means something needs to change in order to revitalize the creativity, and then maybe coming back to that partnership and having a resurgence of that creative juice, right? Whatever it is we're talking about. But I feel like if we continue where we've been, it's going to be the same old, same old. We're just going to be squeezing out the same stuff. There's no innovation. There's no progress, right? And that's kind of again, it's a Four of Cups kind of thing at the end. But what we see in the position of the environment, one, we see the one, right? It's an ace. It's singular. It's one kind of solo endeavor. It's kind of going off on our own to try to revitalize that, because we know that the 10 is really the ace is really the 10. These two are interchangeable. It doesn't matter where they go, right? Beginnings and endings. It's the door that swings both ways. Every door is an exit and an entrance, yeah. So we see an ace in the environment and we think, okay, this is going to be an opportunity to kind of start fresh, to start new, to really try to get that machine kind of running again. Get everything revitalized. And I feel like this is just kind of a natural progression. It's just like and if we are talking kind of about music or something, it's like you've been with this particular band for a long time and you've kind of explored everything that you all can do together, and it's kind of been, it's exhausted. There's no more juice to squeeze out of that right now. So maybe we need just a break. Maybe it's not a permanent break. Right? It doesn't have to be. To find something that's going to revitalize our creative energies and get things flowing again, So I think that this is you setting off on these new pathways. I was going to say detours, but it's not really a detour, right? A detour kind of means that we have the main road, but then we're kind of forced to go this other way to get around an obstacle. I don't look at it that way. I look at this is part of your path. This is part of your main road. It's just taking an unexpected turn. Okay? But it's following the natural curve of the landscape. We want to just have a straight road from point A to point B, right? But when you build a road, now I'm no planner or engineer or anything, I imagine you kind of have to follow the natural flow of the landscape. Right? And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to be in harmony with the natural flow of things. We're not going to try to just force our way in a certain direction. We're going to go where the landscape takes us, where our feelings where spirit takes us. Okay, where the Wheel of Fortune takes us. And so I feel like this is you doing that. And when things come to kind of a natural conclusion, right? Or there seems to be just a natural kind of stopping point. And, things have kind of run their course with this certain, it could be a group of people, I see it as being like a partnership. When it's kind of come to its natural culmination, and then that's kind of, we did that, then it's time to follow the natural course of the landscape and follow the road, keep building the road in the correct manner. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you're not going to reconvene with this person at another time. But for right now, I think it's time for you to stand on your own. Yeah. And the Devil card that we see at the end here. And, now I'm wondering if this has something to do with writing, too, because Spirit's telling me that there's like some kind of poetry. That you've published a poetry book, or maybe you've been writing. I don't know if maybe you write, they illustrate, something like that, right? That maybe that's where the partnership is. But there's something with something about poetry. It could be that you're just kind of getting back into those other forms of art and expression, right? That it may be outside of what you're usually doing. Right? That could be a lot of what's going on here too. Trying to branch out and do some other things beyond what is just comfortable for us. Now, the Devil card here is tempting us to stay in this comfortable zone. It's easy to just stay with this group, this other person, this partnership, because it works. Look, fire and earth, you two are very compatible. You can stay in this partnership forever and keep churning out product. Yeah. Because that's the creative process, right? Fire to earth. You've heard me talk about that probably a million times already. But the devil card is saying, yeah, you could stick with this partnership and keep churning out the same kind of product over and over and over again, and things would be just fine. But you would not be satisfied. You would feel that, okay, things are okay, things are fine, it's working, but there's no fulfillment there. There's no real satisfaction there. There's no growth, right? It's kind of like that band that stays together. They keep making records year after year after year, but they all sound the same. There's no innovation. There's no creativity. Because everybody's just been stuck in that room together with themselves, doing the same old thing. When they start going in other directions and trying other creative outlets, working with other artists, trying different mediums too, different forms of expression, then they get back together and they produce something that is a leap beyond what they've done already. Okay? And that's kind of what we're talking about. But the devil card is a tricky card because, one, this is that goat that can leap. It can leap. It can really springboard into the future of creativity. Okay, which is what we're trying to do. But at the same time, goats are kind of stubborn. It's hard to get a goat to do what you want it to do. So the goat's really going to like just staying in this partnership. The devil is tempting you to just stay here where you could probably turn out an album every year and make plenty of money. But there's really no satisfaction in that. But it's very tempting, right? The Four of Cups is that comfort. It's that this is where we're just kind of saying it feels good here. I don't want to move. It feels nice to just kind of float here and just to sail on this momentum that we already have and just to rely on this partnership or whatever this creative energy is and not try to do anything special or anything different, But this is not a satisfying energy. You're not going to be happy here, right? This is okay. There's no major problems here. Nothing is sinking. But there's no value. There's no meaning behind this. This is just kind of like I'm doing it as a kind of robotic effort. It's just I'm doing what I know how to do already. It's like we've been programmed, and the program is running, and it's running well. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But there's no spirit in it. There's nothing behind it. There's no innovation. There's no creativity. Right? You might as well just be asleep and just like flip a switch and just let the machine run. Yeah. But this is a search for meaning. This is a spiritual journey for you. This is the only water energy we have. It's not enough for you. Right? We're looking for something that's going to be deeper, something that's going to be more meaningful. That's why we've got this hermit up here, because you're already feeling an aversion to the same old thing that we've been doing. And you're wanting to go find deeper meaning in your life, right? In this work that you do, whatever. And maybe you're not a musician. I don't know. That's just my example. I say we look at the mystery card. Thank you, Bob. Now, I would like to see the mystery card be a little bit more water energy. But I'll tell you, I'm not really feeling the water energy. I'm feeling more fire. I'm feeling I'm feeling Emperor energy. I'm feeling your power card. I'm feeling you really making this decision and then doing it, finding your voice, manifesting this reality kind of on your own, right? The Emperor has that, a lot of fire and earth today. And let me just point this out. We've got fire and earth. We've got fire and earth. We've got fire, and then we've got fire and earth even in the devil card. This is all fire and earth. It's all about the creative process, right? Now, if we had the Emperor card here, guess what? That'd be fire and earth too. It's Aries, fire. It's the number 4. It's the 4th mystery of the tarot. 4 is the number of earth. It's manifestation. But it's manifesting your creative energy. And indeed, it would be a manifestation of this. Because this is what you feel in your spirit. This is where you just kind of know that, your soul, your spirit, your creative self has has so much force behind it, so much potential. Yeah. That now we want to see it kind of manifesting. And that is your own voice, right? So I'm thinking Emperor energy. Anyway, if you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, yes, the Emperor. Look at that. Wow. Wow. This is showing the, I think the promise, the guarantee that if you find your voice and you manifest what is within your spirit, manifest your creativity, it's going to be an amazing journey. This really does feel like a prophecy to me. This feels like you are kind of going a little bit hermit mode, kind of going off into the wilderness on your own, and you're emerging as just an absolute boss, as a master, as an emperor, right? As somebody that really has found themselves and has mastered their own kind of their own life, their own creativity, their own spirit. And it's really flowing through you. And this is really the exceeding of your own potential, right? And whatever you thought you knew about yourself, this is going to be way beyond that. Yeah, this is your power card. This is really finding your voice and exceeding all of your expectations, the expectations of everyone around you. It almost feels like this situation that you're in now has been holding you back from your true self, from your true potential. This is blown away. This is really, really good. I'm very excited to see what the next couple of months has in store for you, Aries. I really, truly am. We're going to do an extended reading as well if you want to stick around. There's a link in the corner or there's one down below in the video description. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday. I'm here every day. You can come see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.